everyone. Welcome to DC News Now. I'm Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb. It's been a lovely stretch of great weather across the DMV and more high pressure. It's going to continue for your Friday, but the big question is what to expect for your weekend. I have your full forecast coming up.
And they were just literally dumped like human garbage in front of the Vice President's house.
Right now on DC News Now at 9, developments in the migrant crisis here in the DMV. Why Texas continues to bus migrants to the nation's capital in hopes of making a political statement. We're live with team coverage tonight. Plus,
we're going to address the physical safety as well as the emotional safety moving forward.
And students at Alexandria City Public Schools feel less safe this year than they did last year. Their parents and teachers agree. We're live one-on-one with the superintendent to find out the plan in place to keep and protect kids safe.
And one found, 5 to go. An update to our top story last night. One of the dogs who disappeared from a DC foster home is safe and sound tonight. Bringing the latest as the search continues for the other missing pups.
Good evening, DC. Thank you so much for joining us tonight at 9 on DC News Now. I'm Thasmeen Mahfouz.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Chris Flanagan. Our top story tonight, more migrants arriving in the district, and this time to the surprise of city leaders. Officials were blindsided this morning when 100 migrants were bussed in and left outside the Naval Observatory, where Vice President Kamala Harris lives.
Yeah, we have live team coverage on the crisis tonight. Our Dave LaValle is standing by in the Columbia Heights neighborhood and also has reaction from local vendors who immigrated to the United States themselves.
But we start off tonight with our Mariel Carbone as the district council prepares to open an Office of Migrant Services. And Mariel, some advocates say this office cannot open quickly enough.
Yeah, that's right, because when those buses arrived here this morning, there was no one here to receive them as intended by the mayor's recent legislation to create that office, and really no one knew they were coming. So this is likely to be a top priority for council as they return back to session tomorrow. This morning, 2 more busloads of people, babies, and belongings in hand arrived in the district. But as they sat huddled together, waiting for help,
we were told that there was somebody here to help us out, but we didn't see anybody.
I think it's been overwhelming.
Jackie Lamas is a volunteer with the Humanitarian Action Org.
We were waiting at Union Station.
She says there was confusion with volunteers waiting in the wrong spot for the buses. Just one sign that more direction and resources are needed from district officials.
It's just been like concerned citizens who are getting involved, nonprofits who weren't prepared for this.
Last week, Mayor Muriel Bowser announced emergency legislation to allocate funding and create the Office of Migrant Services. The office would provide support, including reception, meals, temporary accommodations, transportation, and more. But it needs council approval, which has been on recess the last 2 months. Council returns to session Friday and is expected to take up the legislation next week.
It's already not fast enough.
That's good news for Elias Johnson, executive director of the Congregation Action Network. But Johnson says there are some concerns.
We want to make sure that the city is responding not just to emergency needs, but to long-term support as well. What we're really seeing a need for is that medium-term and long-term housing for migrants.
Johnson also wants the district to ensure migrant services don't take away from the district's current homeless services.
Sort of the worst-case scenario to pit long-term unhoused residents against newly arriving migrants.
And the mayor's office has said that this new migrant services office, it will be separate than the current services that are offered for our homeless population. Council will meet for its first legislative session back since the summer next week on Tuesday. Reporting live in the district tonight, I'm Mariel Carbone, DC News Now.
Mariel, thanks. A reporter with our D.C. bureau tried to get a comment from Vice President Kamala Harris today. You can see here in this video, he asks her for a response at the end of today's United We Stand summit. That was at the White House, but she walks past him, dodging his questions.
And for many, the migrants' arrival is being celebrated, especially for those who came to this country to start a brand new life.
Dave LaValle continues our team coverage tonight from Columbia Heights. And Dave, you talked with several immigrants about these new arrivals.
Chris Tusmeen, we are across the street from the DC USA Mall. It's a melting pot of several stores, and that's a great way to describe Columbia Heights and the rest of the district. It also explains why so many people are happy more migrants are here. I met Maria Barta at this improvised vegetable stand in Columbia Heights.
Garlic and pepper.
She told me she's happy for Thursday's arrival of more migrants from Texas, despite the consequences and political motives.
I'm happy because my countries or other countries, they don't have nothing at all for jobs.
Barta came to America in 1987 from El Salvador.
The United States have a better life, better life.
Sharif Mamadou has a unique view of the country. He took up painting 22 years ago, a year after he arrived in the United States from France.
Painting became my obsession. I was looking for a voice to tell to people what I have inside, deep inside.
Mamadou spent 15 years in France after he grew up in his native West Ivory Coast. He says living in America can be difficult.
America gave me the opportunity to be who I am. While America listened to me. When I talk in the neighborhood, people listen to me.
But the U.S. gave Mamadou his voice, which he expresses in his artwork. He also shares his love of his home for the last 23 years with anyone who will listen.
The biggest challenge can be first the language and the culture. Because American culture is different from many cultures, from all the culture I've seen.
Mamadou says he hopes those dropped off in the district Thursday are able to build a life that will make their long journey worthwhile. People we spoke to said they hope more migrants are brought to the district. Live in Columbia Heights, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Dave, thank you. And Governor Ron DeSantis flew plane loads of migrants into Martha's Vineyard today. Video shows parents and children after they landed on the Massachusetts island today. The flight's part of the same tactic by Republican governors to draw attention to what they consider to be the Biden administration's failed border policies. Now, the Massachusetts governor, also Republican, says that he's in touch with local officials and that short-term shelter is being provided. And new tonight, students at Alexandria City Public Schools feel less safe this year than they did last year.
Yeah, many of their parents and teachers say they also feel that way. In a story you'll only see on DC News Now, Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Max Marcella sat down one-on-one with the district's new interim superintendent, Dr. Melanie K. Wyatt.
Yeah, and Max, student safety was just one of the many topics that was discussed.
That's right. She tells us that the safety is not just physical, it's also mental and emotional. And as students get ready to wrap up week 4 of the new year tomorrow, well, Kay Wyatt has a message for them and their families, a message of reassurance. A month and a half after Alexandria School Board approved Dr. Melanie K. Wyatt as its next superintendent, and 2 weeks into her tenure, new data shows there is a ton of work ahead.
Even though it's a tough job sometimes, it's a passion.
A survey of nearly 7,000 students, parents, and teachers highlights an alarming trend. Last year, 75% of students surveyed felt safe at school. This year, just 57%.
I think transitioning back into in-person learning could have been a challenge for a lot of students. We have to be mindful that they were at home in the comforts of their home.
Now, with full-time in-person learning back, Kay Wyatt is emphasizing the importance of SEAL, social, emotional, academic learning, especially as more students feel there's bullying going on in schools. Every K-12 student will receive 30 minutes of SEAL each day.
The SEAL lessons will address some of the safety issues as well, because some of that feeling and kind of angst about coming back into school is a challenge for some of our students, even from a gap of summer to come back into school.
Physical safety is also being addressed with new entrance and ID policies, plus other strategies Kay Wyatt says will remain internal. But as for school resource officers, they'll remain in middle and high schools through June, but the future is still unclear. A recommendation is expected from a newly formed advisory committee.
I think we have to wait to see what those recommendations are. I think as a school leader, we have to really evaluate what we want to make our schools safe.
And in our conversation, which lasted 18 minutes, Dr. Kay Wyatt answered pretty much all of our questions. We touched on test scores in Alexandria being lower than the state average. We also talked about the letter sent from Attorney General Jason Miyares to the school district and the city's mayor, talking about school resource officers as well as staff wellness. We have more on those coming up in our 10 o'clock hour. Reporting live from Alexandria High School, Max Marcella, DC News Now.
Max, thanks. What a day, what a night. Time for a first check on the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb.
Yeah, Janessa, another great night to keep the windows open.
Yeah, you know, I'm all about consistency. You know, this has been a nice routine weather-wise that we are seeing across the DMV. Sunny skies, and as we finish out the week, it's that same weather pattern that's going to stay in place. Satellite radar, uneventful once again, and a lot more clearing going to continue to take place throughout your overnight. The big difference tonight, it's going to get a lot cooler for the suburbs of the district. Normally across the DC metro area, that's where we see the warmer air. And tonight, that installation is not going to be intact, and the clear sky is really going to take over, allowing our overnight lows to really start to dip. Right now, we're at 71 degrees across the district, 64 for Westminster. Hey, good evening. Hagerstown, 66. And then we head over towards Northern Virginia. Our friends in Fauquier to Fredericksburg as well. We're hovering around 63 to about 66 degrees. This map right here, it's super important because it defines from the Climate Prediction Center that we are about to step into a heat wave across areas of the DMV. We'll take a closer look at this coming up.
Janessa, thanks. Well, the latest now, the nation narrowly dodging a massive freight rail strike, but not without 20 straight hours of negotiating. President Joe Biden announcing a tentative agreement this morning. It includes raises and bonuses for 115,000 unionized railroad workers, plus more lenience for sick days. We're told the deal will likely be finalized without issue, and trains are expected to run smoothly moving forward.
And DC News Now is your local election headquarters, and there's a heated governor's race in Maryland. And our political and government reporter Leonard Fleming sat down with the two candidates, Democrat Wes Moore and Republican Dan Cox, about the issues in the race. First up, how they'll address crime.
Talk about the importance of crime and how you as governor will deal with it.
You know, it's a real challenge throughout many parts of the state. And the thing that we know is the way we're going to have to deal with it is within partnership. Our local jurisdictions need a partner in Annapolis to help to deal with these issues. And that means helping to do things like fix a broken parole and probation system and get these violent offenders off of our streets and get these illegal guns out of our community.
Well, actually, Leonard, I have supported community policing and have put that on my website. I've put it on my crime reduction plan. So when I'm talking about, in addition to community policing, when I'm talking about increasing police officers, it's not increasing them inappropriately, it's simply making up the gaps.
All right, so make sure you tune in for our exclusive in-depth interviews with both candidates starting tomorrow at 5. And it's a drug ravaging communities across the country, and now leaders in the DMV, they want the White House to classify fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction. Coming up, how the move could help save communities and lives.
And scammers are taking advantage of people who are waiting for their tax rebate. After the break, the subtle signs you don't want to miss when it comes to getting your refund.